G'day! Today in episode 455 of Trent365, we take a look at the great Weight Watchers branding debacle. G'day. Okay, so I hate to say I told you so, but actually that's not true. I love to say I told you so. I'm quite chuffed to be able to say I told you so. In fact, I think everybody pretty much is, aren't they? So it's a kind of silly saying. Anyway, way back in episode 301 of the show, you might recall, I spoke to you about Weight Watchers rebranding themselves to WW. In fact, at the time, they said it wasn't really a brand at all, but WW was going to be a trust mark, whatever that means, and that they wanted to position themselves as a wellness technology company. So at the time, in that episode, I questioned whether that was really a smart move or not to totally throw away the brand equity, which is essentially good brand equity as far as I'm really aware, of the Weight Watchers brand. And interestingly enough, since that time, I've seen Mindy Grossman, the CEO, speak a couple of times. In fact, she was at the Global Wellness Summit in Italy in October. And in fact, at that summit, I shared a dinner table with a couple of the senior execs of the company where I also expressed my doubts. And so since that episode, I've seen nothing then or nothing since that has really convinced me that this is kind of the right move. And now, here we are, I guess 6 months later or so, it seems that the market probably agrees with me, because Grossman got on a call with the analysts recently, a couple of days ago, and basically they're trying to explain the numbers, which they've missed a lot of their numbers. And most tellingly, they've missed the numbers at what is essentially their peak season. Never really thought about it before, but it makes sense, because coming on the back of the indulgence of the festive season, the first couple of months of the year is where they generally get their most amount of sign-ups. That's when people are most conscious of, setting the year right in terms of wellness and eating healthy and losing weight. So the first couple of months is their most important time of the year and very much dictates what their revenue stream will be for the remainder of the year. And as a result of that, they're also predicting a guidance that is down on what they'd spoken about previously. So all in all, at the end of that call, at the end, the release of those numbers, I think the stock is down about 35%, which is huge. So not a good story for Weight Watchers. And, Grossman has said that what the plan is that they're going to rebrand it as WW-Weight Watchers, which I guess is better. Still a bit messy for me. And I think that's what they probably should have done way back when in September when they started this thing, instead of really going cold turkey into the WW branding or trust mark. And look, from their point internally, it probably seemed like a long process, which it might have been, but for the consumers, they really went cold turkey, I think, into the WW branding. So I think the lesson there probably for them is that, it takes time to build trust, especially if you want to build a trust mark. For their point, they are committed to the journey. They believe that the message is still right. It's just that they messed up on the communication of it a little bit, which may or may not be true. Either way, it's been an expensive lesson to learn. No doubt, not just the money they've spent on the rebranding, but then the branding back again, but also the massive hit to the stock price just recently. So again, time will tell whether it plays out. I honestly hope that they succeed at it. I think Grossman's a fairly smart cat. I mean, she's got a good track record. And from what I've seen, she seems to be pretty switched on. So I generally hope it works for them. I'm still not really convinced that this is the way to go, this WW/ Weight Watchers, but let's see. And I think the most important lesson really for all of us to learn is, Trent was right and you were wrong. Okay, probably that's not the most mature way to approach it, but hey, I like to say I told you so. So that's it for today. I will be back again tomorrow, hopefully with a slightly more professional and mature attitude. See ya.
Let me do it one down. What's your name? What's your name?